And time now to take a look at some of today's trending tickers. Shares of Block jump as Bank of America reiterates its buy rating on that stock. Bank of America citing Block's currently cheap valuation and strong fundamentals as catalysts for potential upside here. So this stock, Julie, has not worked at all. It's been a mess. It's down about 30% so far this year. Of course, that's what Bank of America is saying. That's overdone.
Right.
It's too much. The pullback is overstated. They say, so they move to a buy. They say this is part of a broader pullback, a rotation out of growth stocks. By the way, not surprising they have a bullish call. I was impressed by the fact, look at the street, nearly 75% of folks do have a buy on this one.
Yeah, I mean, just to be clear, they're just maintaining their buy. They're not initiating their buy. Their price target on this is $71. And also, I guess, just to be fair, I'm wondering how long they've had this buy rating. Like, have they had the buy rating while the stock has continued to go down, as you pointed out, 33% this year? I don't know what the history of the call is, but nonetheless, you know, you have to ask those kinds of questions. As you say, they're pointed to the decline this year being unjustified, that there's investor positioning that's pushed it down, that there's questions surrounding execution on Square and kind of how the company's structured, Cash App deceleration in the third quarter. Like, none of those things sound great, but Bank of America still thinks that that there is upside.
Yeah, or that with that kind of move, that a lot of that's just priced in.
Right, I guess so. But still, $71 is pretty far above where it is at these levels. By the way, the company is set to report in early November, so we'll get more details on that. We also, hopefully, will get confirmation and more details at some point on this next story. Shares of Truist Financial getting a lift as it is reportedly in talks to sell its insurance business for $10 billion to Stone Point. This is according to reporting from Semaphore, which says a deal may hinge on Stone Point's ability to scrounge up enough debt, that's a quote, in a market that has been skittish on buyout loans. Now, Stone Point actually owns part of this business already. It bought it earlier this year, about a 20% stake. At least they led a group that bought a 20% stake in this insurance company. So this would be selling, sounds like the rest of it or the bulk of the rest of it to Stone Point.
And investors, I mean, look at that pop. Investors like they would see. I will say there's some analysts like Jefferies. Now, they're a hold on this name, so they're on the sideline because they kind of see a tale of two tapes here. They say, yes, it should benefit capital, maybe add earnings per share, EPS. But on the other hand, they say this would make Truist a less fee-diverse bank. So they remain on the sidelines.
Yeah, Mike Mayo, closely watched financials analyst at Wells Fargo, saying that the deal here could show management is willing to take more forceful moves for a revamped Truist 2.0. Very colorful Mayo commentary as usual.
Thanks. Go with the headlines.
Yeah.
Rivian. Of course, we're talking about Rivian. I think every day I think it's a Rivian.
It feels like
I think so. Rivian shares popping after UBS upgrades the stock to buy from neutral. So there's a new fan on the street. This coming a day after Wedbush points to Rivian's street credibility taking another hit, although Wedbush did remain a buy on it. So they upgrade the EV maker to buy. They talking about an improved setup following that recent capital raise. I remember we talked about that. They announced that, the stock crater, nasty sell-off. And now but UBS is saying, okay, post that rough headline and reaction, investors can refocus on what they're seeing are better fundamentals.
Yeah, UBS says they probably don't need more capital to the end of 2025, but I am reminded once again of what Dan Ives of Wedbush wrote about Rivian yesterday, which was effectively, this is the last time, Rivian.
Yeah.
You did the capital raise, you did the convertible offering.
Yeah.
We put up with it, but not again.
Yeah, so, you maintain that buy or outperform, but that was a rough maintaining.
It was, yes, it was a bearish outperform.
Yeah, well, I think you said it was kind of like parents, a little slap on the wrist.
Yes,
like,
exactly. This is the last time. So if UBS is right, it'll be the last time until 2025.
And by the way, when you say that, I almost startled. I think I'm like taken back like 1985 Josh Lipton for a second. Yeah, good.
That's how it should
That's how it works here.